guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and this week we got yet another build for the Dragonflight Alpha that includes the new endgame zone of Valdrakken, even more updates to the dragon riding, as well as a very first early look at the class of Warrior, which regains some of the iconic class abilities, brand new revamped talent trees, and other class improvements in this early Dragonflight build. So in today's video, I want to highlight some of the improvements and updates coming to Warriors in an early Dragonflight build. However, keep in mind we are still in the early Dragonflight Alpha. This is the very first iteration of Warriors, and there's a good chance that this class will go through a variety of changes based on the community feedback. But right before that, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you are reminded, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as to the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to get regular updates about the next World of Warcraft expansion of Dragonflight. First, I want to take a close look at the basic warrior abilities, and the warrior base kit is fairly standard. You still keep the raid buff of Battle Shout to beef up the attack power of your friends and allies, the base access to an interrupt ability which some classes have to talent into. We also see a return of the iconic warrior stances. The first stance given baseline to this class is the Berserker stance, which increases auto attack damage and reduces the effects of incapacitations and fears. Next, let's dive into the warrior class talents. And this talent tree will be shared among the 3 warrior playstyles. Every single warrior spec will start out with a very basic stance. This includes the defensive stance for protection, which decreases the amount of damage you take, but also slightly impacts the amount of damage you do. Then we have the battle stance, which is native to Arms Warrior, that increases your crit damage by 3% and reduces slows and movement impairing effects by 15%. In the upper portion of the class talent trees, warriors can gain access to familiar abilities like Rallying Cry, Berserker's Rage, Heroic Leap, Spell Reflect, and Intimidating Shout. We also see new choices like Stormbolt Stone or a brand new talent of Titanic Throw, which allows Heroic Throw to cleave to multiple targets. Early on, you also get the choice of saving your allies with Intervene or regenerating your own health pool when leaving combat with Second Wind. All warrior specs can also grab the ability of Rend to bleed up their targets, or Pain and Gain to heal whenever taking damage. Thunderclap returns as an AoE damage ability option that can be further upgraded to either hit harder and spread Rend to nearby targets, or increasing the range of Thunderclap ability while enhancing its slowing effect. All warriors can now finally talent into Die by the Sword, which is an incredibly powerful defensive option. You can now gain even more survivability with a one-handed weapon specialization, or become the Dauntless Duelist, the Shadowlands Covenant passive ability, gaining an advantage against a singular target. Expand your maximum rage bar with the Overwhelming Rage talent, and Frothing Berserker will now let you refund a portion of all rage spent. Navigating towards the bottom left-hand side, you get talents like Two-Handed Weapon specialization, which is still a work in progress. Next to it, we also see the Spear of Bastion's Shadowlands ability, which still retains the ability to pin your target into place. You can also upgrade the Spear with Elysium Might to empower your crit damage, or Piercing Verdict to empower the Spear ability itself. And the buff of Avatar returns for all 3 warrior playstyles, and can be further upgraded with the Tormented King's Legendary to grant bonus damage buffs or increase the power of the Thunderclap ability. A new defensive option of Bitter Immunity instantly heals the warrior and cleanses you from all disease, poison, curses, and bleed effects. The ability of Shockwave returns to shatter all who stand in your path, with bonus talents to reduce its overall cooldown. Dual Wield specialization empowers the damage when fully armed. The Thunderous Roar talent blasts all targets before you with a powerful shout that causes a hemorrhage, and can be further upgraded to erupt additional shockwaves that follow your foes. Next, let's take a close look at the Fury Warrior. The first ability that's different for Fury Warrior is Enraged Regeneration. It will still provide a damage reduction buff, but will come with a more immediate healing effect rather than buffing your self-survivability. And in this early alpha build, there seems to be two ways to develop your Berserker playstyle. Either as one that focuses on powerful blows and heavy weaponry, or focusing on smaller weapons, faster gameplay, and bleeds. The left-hand side of the tree develops a Bloodthirst playstyle, with a single-minded Fury talent supporting smaller weapon builds, and further amplifying your fast auto-attack speeds with prolonged enrage uptime. Bloodthirst can crit more often with Blood Craze and become even deadlier against heavily wounded targets. Fresh Meat allows you to maintain enrage effect against new threats, and the Azure trait of Cold Steel Hot Blood brings back the Bloodthirst bleed effect. We also see the appearance of the Cadence Shadowlands legendary effect, which opens up an opportunity to empower your auto attacks, either with even more weapons or wildly flinging at random foes with sidearm, or Annihilator, further improving your weapon auto attack output. The Legion Artifact weapon effect of Odin's Fury makes a return as a viable talent option, with the talent of Bloodborne further amplifying all bleed effects as a bloodthirsty warrior build. And the right hand side of the talent tree will focus on the raw power gameplay, with a lot more of an emphasis on Rage and Blow as the main combat ability. With the talent of Titan's Grip, you'll favor heavy axes, maces, and great swords for combat, and powerful strikes like Onslaught to brutalize your target, but with a fairly hefty cooldown. Further into the talent tree, you can grab Ravager to cleave down your targets, or talent into Siegebreaker to sunder your enemy's armor, with the talent of Deafening Crash amplifying the ability to be even more explosive. And the center portion of the Fury Warrior talent tree will mostly focus on the ability of Rampage and Recklessness and the various talents that buff both of their output. Next, let's take a close look at the Arms Warrior. And so far in Dragonflight, Arms Warrior gains a brand new focus on critical strike damage and brings more group utility than ever before. New talents like Impale help out with your crit damage output, and talents like Skull Splitter are still around and will still generate a generous amount of rage, but can also create new opportunities for bleed-focused gameplay options and allow for talents like Fracture to turn your bleeds into powerful bursts. A new talent of Punishment allows Execute to be used on fresh new victims as well as wounded targets. Talent of Storm of Swords upgrades your Whirlwind massively with a 200% damage increase, but at the cost of more rage and a longer cooldown. The Azure trait of Test of Might makes a return and fuels you with strength for spending rage inside of your Colossus Smash windows. The talent of Juggernaut causes repeated uses of Execute to become deadlier and deadlier. Mercer's Bone Grinder causes your Blaze-Storm to empower Whirlwind to deal 60% more damage to nearby targets. The talent of Blunt Instruments allows the warrior to specialize into maces and polearms, resulting in stronger Colossus Smash damage and duration uptime, while Sharpened Blades enhances your crit damage and Execute crit chance while wielding swords or axes. And the talent of Fatality enhances your Execute window, where Mortal Strike has a chance to build up a potential finishing strike. And finally, the talent of Skull Banner makes a return, a party buff added to the Arms Warrior. Skull Banner causes you and your allies to deal more critical strike damage for a short amount of time, and this new party buff will likely make Arms Warriors even more popular when it comes to group gameplay and raid encounters. Next, we have major updates and improvements to the Protection Warrior. And in Dragonflight, Protection feels sturdier than ever before, able to talent into familiar defensive options like Shield Wall, Last Stand, and Demo Shout, but are also able to pick up even more defensives like Die by the Sword and Bitter Immunity from the Warrior class talent trees. One of the biggest improvements for Protection Warriors is their ability to mitigate damage in Dragonflight with the Shield Block ability that heavily dampens physical damage taken. The talent of Enduring Defense increases the uptime of shield block. Brace for Impact increases block value whenever you shield slam your target. Shield Specialization further increases your block chance and your block value. The talent of Never Surrender increases your block chance the more injured you become in combat. And if you thought block couldn't get any better, block can even help mitigate magic damage taken every 2 minutes, which is an incredibly powerful cooldown. The talent of Battle-Scarred Veteran brings a new form of cheat death mechanic to the Protection Warrior survivability. The new talent of Shield Charge allows the warrior to rush into combat, slamming the target and stunning it. with the talent of Champion's Bulwark applying a defensive value to this aggressive combat maneuver. The new prop warrior can even emphasize bleed-focused gameplay for even more damage, or power up your shield slam output through a variety of damage-oriented talents. Overall, in this early Dragonflight update, Protection Warriors feel very sturdy, able to focus on their overall damage output while maintaining excellent defense. And with the return of the warrior combat stances, there's even more of an opportunity for Protection Warriors to contribute to combat than ever before. And that's going to be everything that we have for the class of Warrior in this early build of the Dragonflight Alpha. I want to thank you all so much for watching and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this early look at the Warrior in Dragonflight? Are you currently considering Warrior as a potential main going forward? And what other Warrior improvements and changes would you like to see in a future Dragonflight build? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. As per always, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single video and a live stream, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video update or discuss these recent class changes with the rest of the channel community. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.